I see you back there, get down, Brown. All right, let me get Butterfly in the building. Black Butterfly, talk to me.
Hey, Coach.
How you doing?
I got beef with you, man.
I was only asking him
You
about
hear
Kelly
me?
Rowland and Meg Thee Stallion. I ain't really mean it, Black Butterfly. I ain't
No,
really.
I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how you being all sympathizer for that trooper.
I'm not sympathizing for the trooper.
What
Why you
I
think I'm
find
sympathizing?
what I find particularly interesting, and I've been hearing this like off and on all day, is people making all kinds of excuses for this for that man. And then there are some who are not making excuses, but the ones who are making excuses are trying to think, well, maybe he was thinking, maybe he was doing this, maybe he was doing that, and you're following along that line. What this is making me think of,
Talk
whenever
to me.
the Jews say something is anti-Semitic,
Mhm.
nobody questions it. They just take them for the word and apologize and so forth.
Okay.
But whenever something involves us, my community, your community,
Hmm.
being wrong, there's all kinds of excuses and analysis, psychoanalyzing things, never what it actually is.
So what
Now, I
was it?
don't think that this was race bait. I don't think this was race related, but
Okay.
he premeditated what he was doing. And I do agree with you, he was in his feelings,
Hmm.
but he purposely shoved both of those the young men.
I said
He
that.
purposely did that.
I said that. Hmm.
Now, I'm still speaking. He purposely did that.
Damn.
And the young man, number 8, did not turn around until the trooper yelled at him with his finger pointed at him. Number
Okay.
8 was going to continue to walk on.
Okay.
So this was premeditated. And yes, I do believe he should be suspended, but I know you said feasible, reasonable, but yes, I do feel like should be suspended because when he stepped on that field as a trooper for because he has the power to arrest someone if they get out of line
True
at that
story.
game. So
Okay.
yes, he was on duty and he was acting as a police officer.
Okay.
So I feel like now I heard you say something about a charges have been filed. I don't know. I haven't heard
No,
that,
I
but
said
a
that.
complaint
No,
definitely needs to be filed,
no, I said.
and a public apology needs to be done. It's where I'm still speaking. A public apology should be done as well. Yeah, because this irritates me. This young man
Oh
out there
my
playing
god.
on the field, playing his game, and now, but what really stands out to me, if he does that with 100, with however many people were there, all those many eyes in the sky, just imagine what he would do when no cameras are around. This is not a one-off for that man.
Okay. Let me know when I can speak on the Coach A show.
Okay, well, you hold that thought on that, and I also want to talk about Shador.
Okay, can hold on. If you don't mind,
I don't think.
hold on. If you don't mind, let me just talk about the trooper, and then we can move on to Shador. Is that fair?
Okay,
Okay.
sure.
So you called in and said you had a bone to pick with me, and I don't see where we disagreed at all. Everything you said, I literally said, and we said the same exact thing. So what bone do you
No,
have
but
to
you
pick?
also looking at it. You also making excuses. Well, maybe it's this. Maybe
No,
he.
what is this?
Um, excuse me.
You said, well, maybe it's this. Tell me what this is. Tell me what I said to make
That's what
excuses.
I'm trying to. I'm trying to get to that.
Okay, I'll wait.
I'm trying to think exactly what you said. What was it? Yeah, you did say he was in his feelings, but you also said that uh, maybe he was headed down that way. No, he purposely went that way. He purposely went down that tunnel to approach to approach that young man. And also mentioned on 27, 27 did get the brunt of the shove, but he turned and pointed to 8.
Okay.
He zeroed in on number 8, and I don't know the young man's name.
Name is Nick Hardy.
Uh,
So can I say this to you,
huh.
Black Butterfly?
Mhm. It was
If he
something you
was, if
said
he
that was
and 12 said this, but if he was walking to approach them, why would he walk through them? Now I believe he intentionally, like I said,
to do what he did, to put his hands on them. Look at how he just shoved him out the way with both of his hands.
Okay.
All he had to do was simply just stood his white ass, stood himself to the side and let them walk by.
I agree
That's
with
what
that.
you do when somebody's walking,
I agree. But
and you walking toward and you're approaching them, but they were already coming in that direction.
okay,
You step aside and let them get by.
I said that too. So again, tell me where we disagree. Besides, I said he was walking that way.
In full transparency, I came on the line. I actually came on right before V12 came on, so I didn't catch all of your show.
Oh, so
whatever
hold on.
you said
So
before
hold
that,
on.
I didn't get.
Black Butterfly, hold on. So I'm feeling a little. Just follow me right quick on a quick parallel now.
It just irritated me with hearing people making this. Well,
But
maybe it was good.
But I didn't make an excuse. So what you just did?
Or
hold
other
on.
excuses of
I'm
what
speaking.
it could have been.
I'm
Or
speaking.
what he could have been thinking.
I'm speaking.
No, because this gets me hot. I'm hot.
But Black Butterfly, you know what you just did? You poured all of your frustration from other people's narratives onto me when we actually agreed. Because you just said you didn't hear everything I said prior to. Only thing that you said was I said he was walking that way already. And if that was enough to make you upset, then guess what? I'm taking the butt whooping for everybody else out there on YouTube.
for everybody else.
And that's not, but see,
it just don't make no sense.
But that's the problem.
It just doesn't. I get tired of this.
But
whenever something happens within our community, everybody's got to make up all kinds of excuses.
But I did.
No, it is what it is.
But I did.
That SOB purposely did that.
I know, but Black Butterfly, I didn't do that. You took that out on me.
I'm so sorry for taking it out.
And that's what I want, a public apology. Let me get it right here.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Coach Hayes. But speaking of public apology, that state trooper needs to go on, hold some type of press conference or whatever, and apologize to that young man. Yes, he does.
I agree.
I would like to see a complaint, and also he should be suspended from being security detail at any game.
I think he has already. I think they've done that part already. I think they've done that already.
Indefinitely. He should never be allowed. Even when he dead, he should never be allowed.
I believe that. I believe he did. But like I said, I'm glad this happened because this is exactly what used to happen. You remember I used to ask a question to the cult members. I used to say, what did I say tonight or any other night that makes me a hater? And they could never say what I said. And you just showed, what did I say? You said you got a bone to pick with me.
I told you what you said. I told you what you said.
I said he was walking up the tunnel.
Right. But you were saying maybe he was going somewhere. But no, he wasn't. He was headed to approach those guys, those young men.
Okay.
Did you not say maybe he was heading somewhere?
I said it looked like he was heading up the tunnel. He was on his path and he wasn't going to veer off. He just stood like playing chicken. I'm stayed on my path.
Purposely.
Oh, okay.
It was premeditated. He purposely did that.
So here's my point.
And see,
can I ask you? Hold on.
When you make that statement, when you make that statement, maybe he was just. That's the excuse part that irritates you.
But it can irritate you. But Black Butterfly, stop right there. But is this thing on?
But that goes back to what I'm saying. Whenever the Jews say something is anti-Semitic, do you ever hear people questioning
Black
the Jews?
Butterfly.
What was it that was anti-Semitic?
Hello.
No. Everybody take it at their word. Why can't people take
Black Butterfly
what's happening with our men in our community? I'm speaking. Listen to me. In our community, why we always got to give all type of explanation as to what happened.
All right. Okay.
That's what I have issues with.
My only problem is that I have with that is you saw a guy walking up, and this is where emotion comes involved. People don't want to believe this.
There ain't no emotion. We got it on camera.
I know, but you don't. Okay, but what I'm telling you is, you saw that snippet of him walking. I'm not making an excuse for what he did. I'm saying to you, how can you say with 100% certainty that he walked
See what I
directly
mean?
to do
See, that's
no,
that's the
no,
bullshit
because
right
that's
there.
the truth.
That's the bullshit.
But no, that's the truth. What I'm trying to tell you is that's the truth. The truth is you saw the snippet.
How can you say?
But how can you
so in
say
other
that?
words, that's just like me saying, well, how do you know it's racism? We don't know what's in that person's heart.
That's right. You don't know, but you can.
No, that's BS. It's racism because it's happening and you see it.
Okay.
Now, but back to this. Now,
I'm not gonna go back and forth.
I'm
Go ahead,
not
Sebastian,
saying
do it next.
that this was racial. I do believe that he was caught up in the fact that Texas A&M was losing. I don't think race had anything to do with it, because I do believe that if it was a white boy who would just score a touchdown like that, he would have done the same thing too.
Okay, you go ahead.